There you go. You're live.
Hi everybody, Tiffany here. So, before I get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in quilting. The link, subscribe button's right there, and then when you hit that, a little bell is going to pop up, and you hit that so you can get notifications when I'm live. And don't forget to go around and like my videos, which helps people see them more. So, yeah, trying to get this going at the same time. So I know a few of you have been wondering where I've been. Well, let me just get down to business here. If I could turn the volume down on this. So lately, it's been a struggle with my MS. I've been in an episode, and for all of you that know anything about MS, the episodes really suck. Like, it's draining the life out of me. It's making things really hard, and walking has become a most painful experience. But I'm still doing it. I'm still up and walking around, using my cane for walking further distances through the house and stuff. But like when I'm just in my little area, like my room or something, I just use furniture or walls to hold on to for, leverage, just in case. But yeah, I've just been out, so that's why you guys haven't seen me. It's, like I said, it's a struggle, and I haven't actually even done anything out here. But today there was no kids, so I figured I'd come outside. I have had dinner. I'm hurting, but I'm good. I'm fed. So I'm going to sew the borders because I'm going to get this quilt for my customer ready to free motion quilt it. Yes, that's right. I am going to be free motion quilting on this machine for a king size quilt. It can be done, people. It can be done. And now I'm going to be doing it. And it's a two-sided quilt at that. There's two sides to this quilt. And I will show you guys, in my last video, I showed you how to make these little blocks for the idea of things. Here was the second block from video 2. The rest are obviously stripped pieces, if you guys remember. These were the other blocks. These were my leftovers. I made 3 more blocks than I needed. So, hi Vicky, hi Barbara. Yeah, you get to see a live show. I'm here. You don't understand what you're talking about. So, right now, I'm going to put these big, huge borders, which is my final border for the top of the quilt top itself, not the quilt backing. These pieces are my 6.5-inch cut border pieces because this will be cut down when the quilt is finally quilted and all is said and done. I'm going to be cutting it in a scalloped border. And doing a scalloped binding. So it means that the whole thing is going to wave all the way around in scallops.
Sonia Jones says hello.
Hello, Sonia. So the husband is out here. He's on the other side of the camera to prevent me from having to get up and move around a lot because of the pain. So right now I'm just sitting here on my stool, and I'm going to put these together so that I can attach them because they're only just cut. I haven't done anything else. I don't even think I've cut nope, I haven't even cut the selvage off. So look at that, guys. So tonight it's just chit chat while I finish piecing this really huge, right here, you can't even see it, quilt top that most of you know I'm working on for a customer.
Pamela says hi, and sorry to hear that you're having health issues.
Hello, Pamela. Yeah, it's horrible, and Pamela knows because Pamela has ALS, so she knows what it's like to suffer really heavily. She knows.
Vicky said hi to me. Hi, Vicky.
Yes, Scott, you can come around and say hi real quick to everyone. Come around and say hi real quick.
Hold on.
Everyone likes to say hi to you. Scott's going to come around, guys, so you can say hi to him. Oh, you have MS too, Barbara, so you know it's a hell of a disease. I am secondary progressive, so I'm always suffering, always in pain, always having problems, and then I also have episodes on top of those episodes, which makes things super hard in my life.
But you're back at it because you're Batman. You got a Batman shirt on. She's Batman.
I'm back at it because I'm Batman. So, here's Scott, everyone.
Hello.
He's saying hi. He took me out to dinner, so I got my free birthday burger at Red Robin because they do it through the whole month. So those of you who like Red Robin, make sure you get that royalty card because it's actually a positive. Every 10th burger is free, and your birthday month, the whole month that your birthday was in, from 1 to 30 days, you get a free birthday burger. It's an amazing deal. Go out and get that.
Okay, you don't have to plug them. They're not giving us anything extra.
I know, huh? So, all right. No, the weather is not helping me. It's actually been cold here, and Okay, so here's one thing my husband wanted me to point out to you guys. You guys, I know, get snow and all sorts of negative, probably 10 degrees out there in this world. And our probably coldest is 31, 30 degrees in the
That's
winter.
in the middle of the night.
And that's in the middle of the night, the coldest it gets throughout the winter here in Arizona. But guess what? I can't handle, my body cannot handle anything less than 70 degrees. It is probably 52 right now outside, and I'm like literally shivering. But I'm not shivering because I'm sweating my butt off right now because of MS issues. So my body's backfiring against me. It's trying to say, stop, slow down. So yeah, I'm just dealing. So you guys make
Barbara's expecting 18 degrees tonight.
yeah, see, I would never do it. You guys are, I give you all props for living in cold states. I just cannot do it. I live somewhere that it gets to 120 degrees in the summer, and I absolutely love it. I can be outside in the swimming pool, and it's amazing for me. For you guys, you probably can't handle my heat, but I can't handle your cold. So I'm going to move this out of the way real quick, and I'm just going to start getting started, and we can chit-chat. I'll have the husband be the comment reader as they pop up if I don't see him as fast as he does, because, yeah, I'm going to cut the selvage off of all of these strips while sitting. I'm going to make it easy on myself and use my 6.5-inch ruler, because that's what these are cut at, and just kind of cut them all in a straight line real quick and get them ready to sew. Make it easy on myself. And I have my little thing down there that I fill up a this is handy for those of you who I fill this big huge Home Depot tub with scrap cutoffs that I will never use, or the salvage ends, and I use them as stuffing for dog beds or cat beds or whatever for the Humane Society. It's a great idea for those of you who have extra fabric that you don't know what you're going to do with. Save up all those little pieces that you cut off, so they're not going in the garbage and ending up in a waste facility. They're going somewhere that can be used. It's definitely a great idea for those of you who want to do that. And I just keep it next to me and throw all my cuts in it. And I'm just going to line these up and chop them off, all the selvages off. Of course, I'm going to make sure my pieces are straight, because I don't want anything messed up. It's not my quilt, so I can't have little boo-boos in it. Well, I can. I don't think the lady's going to care, but I try to be as precise as possible when making stuff for customers, which I've told you guys that before in another video on customer relations and stuff when you're doing quilts like this for people. Some things are just, you have to be as precise as possible so that they tell other people, and so on and so forth, which builds a business, really. And I'm not like a big quilting business, but I'm definitely quilting for people. So that's one thing I get lots of people come to me, can you make me this, can you make me that? The ones with money are the ones I make. So.
Well, we do a lot of stuff for neighbors too.
And I do stuff for neighbors and
family.
friends. And, yeah.
You make a lot more free stuff than we get paid for.
Yeah.
Don't
And
let
my
her put it
donation
on.
quilting. I do a lot of donation quilting, and I'm sure a lot of you know I do a lot of donation quilting, and it makes me feel good about myself. So a lot of the stuff that's donated to me gets turned around and donated elsewhere when I make something out of it.
Teresa made a comment.
3 borders on your king. Had no wavy borders. Well, that's good, because wavy borders really suck. You can work them in though. Free motion quilting, I'm going to tell you guys a little secret here. Free motion quilting as opposed to long arm quilting, because I do both, I can tell you guys right now, wavy borders on free motion quilting when you're sitting to quilt is actually a lot easier to manhandle and work in to a quilt than it is when you have it stretched on a frame, because when you have it stretched on a frame, you're already pulling those fabrics to a nice tension between your top and bottom take-up rails. So what's happening is your fabric is also as well stretched more, but it's also taking those wavy ones and giving you nowhere to put them. When you're sitting down, those wavy borders, you actually have somewhere to put it. You have a way to manipulate it and hide it into your quilting. It's so much easier to, you know, hide wavy borders when you're sit-down quilting as opposed to frame quilting. That's definitely one of my biggest tips for you guys. So if you have accidents and end up with wavy borders, just know that if you're going to be quilting it on a frame, it's going to be harder for the long armor to work with. But when you're going to sit down and quilt it yourself, you definitely have a way to work those wavy borders in and make it look like nothing ever happened. So that's positive, I guess, for sitting to free motion quilt.
You got a compliment on your Batman sweatshirt.
Yeah, you like it? My daughter gave it to me, and it has a hoodie, and it keeps my neck warm as well. It's from my daughter. She's a Batmanaholic, let me tell you. She has a lot of Batman stuff. Oh, did I forget one?
Yep.
I did, didn't I? Look at that. I probably cut extra, though, just in case, to be on the safe side. That's another thing I do. I don't know if you guys do, but I actually cut extra, and anything that's left over goes into my leftovers pile, and I make something else with it later. So, but I do have, and I always cut more than I need, just in case. So when I go to the fabric store and a project says it only needs 1.5 yards, I actually go ahead and get 2 yards, just so that I can accumulate mistakes, you know, and have somewhere for them to go. And anything that I make a mistake, it just goes in another pile for later days. Alright, now to put this thing back on.
Someone else said something too, that the comments go so quick on here, I don't even get a chance to read them.
Yeah, on that screen, it pops up and then it disappears right away.
Is
On
there
this
no
screen,
way I
it
can pull them
stays.
back up?
You have to tap the screen, I thought, is how
You
it
told me that
worked.
before, it doesn't work though. We've tried that. Oh, never mind, there it goes. I just have to tap over where they're at.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
what I'm going to
good
do
now.
is I'm just going to make, okay, some people don't do it this way, but I personally, myself, do it this way. I hook all of my border pieces together, then I take my quilt and I hook the top, and then I hook a bottom, and then I cut those, and then I hook the sides. So that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm just going to make one big, huge, long border row, excuse me.
Do you need a water?
No, I have water. Well, no, actually, yes, I'm going to need a water because this is almost out.
Okay, because I need more too, so. Oh, is that an
I
iron
think
water?
this
That's
is
an
why
iron
I
water,
didn't
huh?
use this piece. That piece is actually not the right size. That's why it was sitting in a different pile. That's why this was sitting in a different pile. What the heck is wrong with this? Maybe it's this one. I think I just realized why I had 2 piles. Now I know. Okay, I have it right now. Maybe that's why some people number their pieces. I don't ever really number them. I try to remember, but I haven't been out here in days. Like, literally. Ugh. Make sure my stitch length is right. So, as if I was making binding, I just bring that next piece right side up, so that you guys know. And I take my next piece right side down, and I just make a big long row. 15 there, yeah. See, yeah, and you have all that snow going on outside too, right, Vicki? Whew, I couldn't do it. I love snow. I love it. I love it. But I can only handle, what, 15 minutes of it?
Yeah.
I'm done after that. I watch the kids play, throw a couple snowballs, and then I'm inside in front of a heater.
That's what my mom used to say as a kid growing up, because I grew up back east with lots of snow in the mountains in Pennsylvania, and she used to say, snow's great to look at, but other than that, she did not like it.
His mom has severe arthritis as well, so she knows a bit that living here has helped her arthritis a lot.
That's why she came out
she's
to Arizona. That's
up and walking
whole
around.
family moved out here.
As opposed to probably being stuck in a wheelchair if she was in another state.
Yeah?
Yeah. So how is everybody doing out there since it's been a while? How's everyone been? Let me know. Comment. How many people watching? It says it up in the top
6.
corner. And for those that watch this later, tell me how you've been in a comment below. Since you guys know I love to interact with all of you. My my husband thinks I'm weird because I'm on my phone all the time, and that's why it's always dead. But you know what? It's because I'm interacting with you guys.
Teresa
And
says she's better than she was a week ago.
That's good, Teresa, and I'm happy for that. Now, if I can only get myself into that better than I am. It's been like 2 weeks of this, and it's just, my body don't like it. There is some news on the plus side here, guys. So soon, I will not be in the garage piecing quilts anymore. There's some of my current events, current news. I am going to be moving everything into a bedroom in the house. That's right. I have an open bedroom. An open and free bedroom to do as I please with. So, I'm only going to bring a little bit of stuff in for now, mainly fabric, you know, to save on my fabric being out here in the garage. And then I got to get a smaller desk, because you guys have seen my desk out here is a large desk. So I'm going to get a smaller one, and this Juki is going to be my permanent piecing machine. So it's going in the house with me, and I don't know what I'm doing with my long arm thing just yet, but when I figure it out, you guys will know, because you will be seeing awesome videos.
Barbara's having bad eye problems, and Vicky says great. She's happy for you.
That sucks. I remember when I first went peripherally blind.
Her retinas are leaking, causing blurred vision, but it's getting better every day.
Well, that's weird. That sucks. I have a scar on one of my retinas because I detached it when I was a teenager, jumping off of a cliff into water with my eyes open. Bad idea, let me tell you. So, but no, I had optic neuritis for a long time, and it didn't ease up, and I ended up going peripherally blind, so I don't see on the sides, I only see in front of me. And my frontal vision actually makes up for it, because once you lose vision a certain way, like if you became blind in one eye, your other eye is going to make up for it, being able to see better. So my frontal vision is better than 20/20. I can see amazing with my frontal, but my side vision still gets the blur from light and dark, so, which kind of sometimes makes it bad. But other than that, eye problems suck, because that hurt when my optic neuritis was bad. That was very painful. So I know how you feel. I don't know about the whole leaking thing, though. That would really suck. Native sewing room. Well, if you have more than one living room, we only have one. We measured the whole entire house, finding ways where I can start bringing things inside, but it's just not going to work. So instead, my husband said just use a bedroom for sewing, and that way I don't at least have to be out here during cold and during heat.
Emma's having trouble with balance, because, but I refuse to let it control. Oh.
Yeah, I don't let my balance problems control me either. I don't let it hold me back. Everybody, everyone that I know in my family and stuff, they all think that I'm just like Superwoman because I keep going. And even when I'm in my wheelchair and my legs aren't working, I still keep doing things. My husband hates it because he likes to open doors for me and stuff, but I am, when it comes to those kind of things, I'm independent. Whether I'm in a wheelchair, can barely walk, using a cane, I still open my own door and I still do things. Sometimes I do ask for help, though, let me tell you. But I don't let those things control me, and I do not let MS define me. That is one thing. If you have a chronic condition, do not let that chronic condition define who you are. It's just makes no sense. Live your life.
Susan says hi. Sorry she's late.
Hello.
Poor Man Sewing says hi.
That's
How's
Sandy.
the quilting
Poor Man
line?
Sewing is Sandy, just so you know in the future.
Okay, I'm not gonna remember. I'm not good at names.
I have some, I gotta cut this off. I have some salvage writing still left right here.
I'm terrible at names. I'll remember faces. If I ever meet her and see her face, I'll remember her till the day I die, but names, I'm terrible. You know that, though.
Yep. Well, quilt life for me, Sandy, has been on
See,
hold.
she's fine with it. She doesn't remember names either.
Yeah, I've been on a break, as everybody has noticed, and I explained in the beginning of the video. My MS issues have been debilitating lately and keeping me in bed or in the house on the couch. So it's definitely been a really tough last couple weeks for me. And this is the first day I've actually been outside sewing in a little over a week since I pieced together the backing for this exact quilt. And even then I didn't really do much because I was too tired. So I came out, did a little bit of work, then went back in, laid down, came out, did a little bit of work, and I still managed to get it done though pretty quick. So technically I'm almost done with 2 king-size quilt tops if you think about it, but one is the backing and one is the front. So, all right.
See, Teresa said a while ago you better let him help you. See, talking about me helping you.
So, see, now I have this big, huge, long thing. I am not even going to press those seams back. I am just going to throw it on the floor next to me on one side, keeping one side up with me. Now I'm going to carefully bring over this quilt top.
Will you show the right side of the green fabric? Pamela wants to know.
This is it. It's green with gold snowflakes. All different kinds of snowflakes. It repeats itself, but there are pretty much a ton of different snowflakes. It was from, which one is this one? This one was either Joann's or Walmart, one or the other. I'd actually have to look at my receipts for my customer quote
Susan
receipts.
says, you rebel, no seam pressing.
No, I press once I get it onto the top. To me, because of the getting up and down, it seems a lot simpler. So for those of you who have issues with mobility, it's actually simpler to do it this way, and they still press the same, they still lay the same. As soon as you hook it to your quilt top, it's the same thing. I'm just not pressing it. I'm not even going to finger press it. I'm just going to find myself a top.
Should we
corner.
hold that open and show them the whole thing? If I
They've
come
seen
over
it.
there? Oh, I was going to hold
They've
one
seen
in.
the top. They haven't
Oh.
seen the back yet.
Okay.
That's the part they haven't seen yet. So
Okay.
I'm going to find myself the top furthest left-hand corner. And I'm going to let this sit up on the table, or else it's just going to fall on the floor. And I'm trying to keep this white quilt off the floor. And I am going to align this top corner, and I'm just going to sew all the way down this 93 inches worth of 93 inches of border going on this way. Once I add this top and bottom, or am I at top and bottom? Yeah, I'm at top and bottom. I had to look. And I'm going to back stitch only because this quilt is enormous. Now, if it was like a baby quilt, I would say back stitch at your own, if you want to. It's your own preference, but this one is a really, really huge quilt. So I'm back stitching at every junction. For the wider it gets, the bigger it gets, that's when I start back stitching. On the littler stuff, I don't bother with it. There's no point.
You got 9 people watching now.
Awesome.
They're coming over.
All right. So here we go, guys. I'm just going to sew down this really, really, really long seam. I'm going to try to put it on my lap as best as possible to keep it
Susan
nice
just
and flat.
sent a t-shirt quilt to her long armor, and it was a beast. It was almost a king size.
And t-shirt quilts weigh more than regular quilts, I've noticed. T-shirt quilts have a lot of weight to them because they're t-shirts. T-shirts
Yeah.
is a heavier cotton,
Yes.
you know. Plus they
Thicker.
have a special stabilizer also on each t-shirt piece to help it lay flat, you know, so that they don't stretch. So I'm not going to stretch, pull, or tug. I'm just going to lay this on here and run it through at 1/4 of an inch. And my stitch length is really small, guys. I've been using a really small stitch length on this whole entire quilt because it is so big. So I just bring a little bit more off the floor and line this up on my little tray here and keep going. So now that we got the weather and how everyone's doing out of the way, what's everybody been making lately? Is anybody working on a pattern or something of your own, or what's everyone up to when it comes to quilting?
Well, Susan obviously did a t-shirt one.
Yeah, Susan did a t-shirt one, we know that. And Teresa, I know, is working on one for herself finally. But what's everyone else up to? And I know
Well,
that
Florida,
Sandy
first
is
time
hand
catching you
sewing
live.
her quilt and helping Brandon make a quilt.
Linda's
for
a
his
first
sister.
time person on here.
Ooh,
Watching
hello,
you live.
Linda. Welcome. Today,
From
this is
Florida.
not, Linda, just to let you know, this is not my normal. Yes, I do come on here and chat, and normally it's more tutorial style. Today is letting everybody know, because I'm going to tell you right now, out there in the world, you guys are very concerned for me, and I appreciate it. I have gotten emails, not just one, not just two, but 5 different emails from 5 different friends wondering where I've been. Ones that aren't my friend on Facebook. My Facebook friends know where I'm at because they know I've been in pain. So, but yeah, everybody's been wondering where I've been and why I haven't been making videos. So today I took advantage of no kids and I need to get this done. Like, this is a definite need to get done. I'm at that stage where if I don't get it done, I'm going to be past my deadline and my brain will go crazy, and yeah. So welcome to my chit chat and sew. Because that's pretty much what it is. Ooh, a toddler quilt with minion fabric. Yeah, I got loads of minion fabric, let me tell you. I got minion fabric in flannel, in cotton, and in cuddle. Not cuddle, what is it called?
The really fluffy
Fleece.
fleece, yep.
I got minion in everything. The babies we watch are obsessed with minions, so minion pajamas is pretty much what they've been getting a lot of from me. Lots of pajama pants. And I enjoy making them their pajama pants. It's fun. Even though I don't know how to make anything else.
Walmart had a sale on all these different
Kid
fabric
prints.
prints, so we bought them out.
We made sure to buy every last bolt of everything that, well, anything that we knew was interesting, that we knew the cartoon of. There's a lot of cartoons out there that I don't even know exist. Neither did my husband, and we watch a lot of cartoons.
Being in daycare, that's all we watch all day long.
Working on your kitty cat. Oh yeah, I knew you were doing your kitty cat quilt. A book pillow video coming up. Ooh, I'll have to look for that, Sandy. I've been watching your hand sewing videos, Sandy, and helping Brandon make a quilt for his little sister. Now that's pretty cool.
I don't know
I wish
who
my
Blaze
kids were
is
more
on the
interested.
cartoons.
My one son likes to make pillows, and the other one will stand around and help me lift things and move things, but he won't. I don't think he'd ever make a quilt. Alexa is my only kid that is interested in the quilting, and she doesn't seem too interested because she hasn't been here to make what she started making.
No, she gets all fired up and she does a little bit, and then she stops for one started.
I give her credit though. That girl has completed 3 quilts. So, 2 lap-size quilts and 1 baby quilt.
She had a lot of help.
She had a lot of help from me, obviously, but...
A lot of help.
You guys thought I was bad with a rotary cutter? My daughter is scary. Alexa, if you're watching this, you are scary with a rotary cutter. That girl, I always think she's going to chop her fingers / hand / arm off. It's funny. Making 2 quilts. One for Love Shouldn't Hurt project. Yeah, I know that the Love Should. I sent in blocks this time. I quilted the quilt for the veterans one, but I had for the Secret Sew, but I just had to make blocks only for the newest one because I have so many projects going on, or else I would have made another whole quilt and sent it in. But I definitely have a lot of projects going on for myself, so. All right, I'm coming to an end, just so you guys know where I'm at here. I'm coming to an end, and I'm going to come up to it.
Flip up the end and show it in the end.
And I'm going to back stitch, and then I'm going to take it right over here. I'm going to lay it down nice and I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to line it up on the top edge and the side edge, and I'm just going to trim it off. That's all I do. It's so much easier. So much easier. I just trim it right off. Nice straight line. And then I bring this whole thing up and find the other side, which is the bottom. Because I'm doing the top and bottom first and then side to side. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to go down the next.
Linda said thanks for sending in blocks.
Yep. Like I already said a little bit ago, I am a donation quilter. I love to make donation quilts. And Michelle, actually, everybody knows who Michelle is. She gave me a ton of baby panels. So once I get situated in the house and stuff, I am going to make a ton of baby quilts, and I'm actually going to donate them to our local hospital, to the baby part,
maternity
the
ward.
maternity ward. For mothers that, I don't know how they're going to tell the difference, but I would know. The mothers that don't have enough, you know, that they look like they need a quilt for their baby. So I'm going to let the hospital determine it, but
The
you
nurses will
know,
know.
there's probably going to be like at least 13 or 14 quilts that'll be going to the hospital.
The nurses will know.
As soon as I get everything situated in the house.
They can tell who's.
Yeah, for the needy parents, the ones that, you know, a needy family with a fresh baby or a fresh start, you know, they just had their first kid. It's always nice to give a quilt to them. And I have a couple other baby quilts I'll probably just throw in there that are already made. I went baby quilt crazy 3 years ago and made a lot of baby quilts. Again, I'm not stretching, pulling on any of this fabric so that the border lays nice and flat once I press it out. So what's 93 plus 6 plus 6?
So 93 plus 12,
Yes, 93 plus 12.
105.
So this quilt will be 105 by 105.
Okay.
It's going to be a big quilt. The lady asked for a queen, and I made her a king. Accidentally, though. It was kind of my fault with the center part of the quilt, you know. If it wasn't for that center, I probably
She
would have
knows
ended
it.
up
She's
with something
happy with
smaller.
it.
Oh yeah, she'll be 100% pleased. Cause, oh, by the way, it's a secret. She don't know she's getting a two-sided quilt either. But I didn't need all this Christmas fabric, so I made it into the back. So it's a two-sided quilt.
Well, didn't your friend on here send you a bunch?
Huh?
Didn't one of your friends on here send you a bunch of
Sent a bunch of what?
the
Fabric?
Christmas fabric?
Yeah, that's what's going into the backing. It's all
Yeah.
the leftover right there.
Who was the friend on here?
Yeah.
Who?
Anna sent me in.
Anna.
Oh, and to clarify, so I got so excited
you,
that I
Anna.
didn't know, and Anna wasn't watching that video. But remember when I got all those, the Karen K. Buckley scissors, all 5 of these? These were actually sent by Anna. She sent them to me, and it was, I guess, a mess up with the company when she ordered it online. They were supposed to put a note in with it, and they didn't, so the Karen K. Buckley company sent them directly to me instead of from some like factory or whatever, you know. They sent them themselves to me, so obviously I would have assumed, because there was no note, that they were from her, but it was actually from Anna, so it was an amazing gift, and I've actually been using the scissors, like, you wouldn't believe I've been using all of them, and finding things to use them with since I got them, and yeah, they're amazing, amazing scissors. So Anna, if you see this video, I thank you, and I already told you thank you, and I'm going to tell you thank you again. It was an amazing gift. I did one that was 109 by 110. Still have it. Yeah, this is probably the 3rd biggest quilt, because I have another one that's 111 by 115. I haven't quilted it yet. It's still a top, but I tend to gravitate towards making large quilts. I don't know why, it's just what happens. When I get a pattern like Cozy Quilt Patterns, and everybody knows Cozy Quilts makes pretty large, they have large sizes for their quilts patterns, and yeah, I always like to make a queen or a king. They're really big.
When you did a complete 360, when you very first started, you only did baby quilts
Yeah,
and
I
toddler
only did
ones.
baby and toddler.
And now you did a complete 360, you jumped to Queen and Kings, you never went in between.
Yeah. I did some lap, but twin, because not everybody's bed is twin. My brother's was a twin, but that's it. I don't think that I made a real twin. I started making a twin with that I made, and it turned out to be a queen size by the time I was done. It was an attempt for a twin, though, for a girl's bed, but again, that's in a need to quilt pile. There's so many that I need to quilt. Yeah, I'm a large quilter, especially the ones that are my own designs. My own designs tend to get very large, very large. I'm coming to an end here. Then I'll have two sides, and then I can show you guys the other piece. And this one is almost ready to be done. I haven't cut all the borders yet for the back one because I was waiting to see what this finish is at. Coming to the end, going where I can kind of see through the material a little bit, and then back stitch, make sure it's stitched all the way through, lay it up here nice and flat, and cut it off. I don't know why I find this way of things a lot easier, and if you don't know, you
What does
just lift it back.
BRB stand for?
Be right back.
Oh, okay.
And now to do the sides. So when I go to do the sides, now that the top and bottom is done, I make sure that it's laying nicely. What I'll do is I'll bring it up and I'll finger press at least the area that's going to be sewn on back. So from this edge, I'm just going to finger press this only area right here. And then when I get down to the other end, I'll finger press it before I stitch. And I just make sure it's right sides together. Lay it nice and flat on here. I tend to gravitate away from having to pin. You got to think though, pinning, if I was to pin this, this is now more than 93. It is, what did you say it was, 106? What did you say it was again?
What was it? 93 and 12, 105. 105 and 105.
So yeah, there's now 105 inches. So you see why I don't want to pin it, because that's 105 inches of pinning, you know? It just seems like overkill to me. So I'm going to back stitch right here. And I'm just going to stitch all the way down. Yeah, take your break from sewing, Teresa. Alright, so I'm just laying it on here. Letting the machine do the work. I'm bringing the rest of it up onto my lap and trying to hold the rest of it on the table. It's kind of awkward because I am up on this tall table. It's a little bit easier on my other machine, but I figured I'd come to you guys from this angle because this machine's faster. And you know me, I like faster. Yeah, pinning is there's too much quilt here to pin anything. I mean, even if I was doing like mitered borders, which is my second border right here, they're actually mitered. Even on mitered borders, the only time I pin is right before I cut and sew the mitered. That's it. That's the only time. And I actually did it the proper way. I centered it and everything and did the measurements right. And that's probably the only proper thing I've actually done on this whole entire quilt top. Besides following a 1/4 inch seam was my mitered borders. I did them the right way so that it would come out correctly. But the backs, I'm not going to miter the border. I only did on the top because it's directional fabric. On the back, it's not going to matter because it's the back.
Yeah, do you have any
Mickey
patterns for
Mouse.
Mickey or Minnie?
And Minnie Mouse's babies. No, I do not have anything for a pattern of Mickey or Minnie, and if I did, Triana, the baby I watch, she would probably steal it. That would have been her fabric, because she's obsessed with Minnie Mouse right now. Like, super obsessed. Trying to keep this whole thing flat on as much as possible. So I'm like sewing like 10, 12-inch sections at a time.
Well, your next project after this, hopefully, is a Paw Patrol one for Christmas.
Yeah, I have a Paw Patrol when I finish this to start on. Oh, I noticed early I am out of bobbin. Ugh. Give me a second to throw a new bobbin in here.
Why don't you tell everyone what we're going to do when you're done? Make your cake.
Oh, I'm going to make German chocolate cake when I'm done. Yep, today is make German chocolate cake night when I'm done sewing. Because that's my favorite, and I've already told you guys I'm a German chocolate cake girl all the way. And then my son decides he doesn't like it anymore. It's weird. So I'm
All of a sudden, out of the blue.
A 9-inch by 11-inch pan cake all by myself. Well, Scott will have a piece, but the rest is all for me to eat. All to myself. Yeah.
And Susan wants some. She needs to come out here and help eat the whole bag one time.
Yeah. Don't you just wish it was that easy for us to just like send something to someone? By the time you would get it though, it would be gross and hot, rock hard.
And if shipping wasn't so much.
Oh my goodness, yes. Shipping didn't cost so much.
We would do much more giveaways, but the shipping on just those 5 boxes was so much. It was $100. Because Tiffany definitely has a bunch of scraps she could give away more. Huh, honey?
Just not yet. Don't listen to my husband. There's no giveaways just yet because I did kind of get, you know, I shouldn't have sent that many at once, but everybody got their box who's on here. There's only one person I'm waiting to find out if she got her box yet. And that's it, so. Then I'll know that everybody got their boxes. Everyone else got theirs, so there's only 1 of 5 people that didn't get their box yet.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Don't know.
We don't do more giveaways because the shipping is so
Oh,
much.
I thought you were saying.
No.
Dude, that's, I
No,
have
you're-
a ton of scraps and I need to do more
The
giveaways.
poor man sewing is saying that it costs 18 to 20 for her to send stuff out. And yeah, it cost us between 14 and 22 depending on where they went.
Yep.
We spent right at around $100 to send out those boxes. So
No,
I was
but
saying
I do have future, and I told my husband about it last night. I tried to kind of work that into all our conversations yesterday about some of the ideas I have for future giveaways.
I was saying you need to do more because you have so many scraps. You have a lot.
Yeah.
If
But I do
shipping
have
wasn't so
ideas
much.
for future giveaways. Alright, now that I'm coming up on this other piece, I'm going to finger press this back. And since all these fabrics are dark, now that I'm on my borders, I'm pressing it all just out. Everything's just being pressed out as I go. There's no really dark or light about it. It's not seeable, so... Yeah, we did do our own boxes on my latest scraps giveaway. We went and got some boxes.
Yeah, the lady at the post office tried to say their boxes would be cheaper, and so she gave me a bunch to bring home for next time, but their boxes all seem way smaller.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to fit as much stuff as I did into the scrap boxes if I would have used the post office box. It was way small. Alright, now I'm going to cut this one off. And sometimes I like to look to make sure that I'm right here on the edge, staying straight, in case I can't see up all the way over there, because I'm kind of at an angle right here in my position. But if I need to do any other trimming, I'll do it once the whole quilt is done. So even if you did go over a little bit and left it that way, it's okay because when it's all said and done, it gets trimmed down anyway. Alright, now for one more side. And then I can hold it up and show you guys after I press it real quick. But I'll have Scott turn the iron on when I get close to needing it. Close to needing it. And then this top will be ready. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it off the floor though. It's a lot of white, and it's not that we have a dirty garage, it's that the garages are dirty. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, it's not that my garage is dirty, it's just garages are dirty.
Well, we wash everything before we
So
give it out, especially for one that the lady's paying for.
I'm washing it anyway to make sure that none of the reds mess up.
Well, we do that for more than one reason. One reason is to make sure colors don't run. We put a lot of the color safe little things in.
Color catchers.
Yes, color catchers. And another thing is, when my wife very first started this,
I didn't know about the 1/4 inch seam, I told that, and like 4 of my quilts fell apart.
yes, well,
in the
also,
wash.
we bought cheaper thread because Walmart sells a cheapo thread, and we bought cheaper thread,
And
cheaper needles,
fabric and cheaper
and-
this
and everything fell apart. We didn't realize that this is a very expensive hobby, so you have to buy the more expensive thread so it doesn't tear, and more expensive fabric. Because yes, we washed a few of her very first baby quilts, and they came out in pieces.
Yeah. And yes, Teresa, I always use color catchers now. Even if the quilt doesn't have a color that you would think, I still use color catchers. My mom, the latest quilt that she got, I washed, it was blues. And it was blues mixed with whites. And that the fabric was pre-washed. And it still turned 4 color catchers just as blue can be. You'd be surprised what those things pull from the laundry. They work amazing. And I am definitely 100% washing this before my customer gets it because there's a lot of red in here and a lot of white. I don't think this red polka dot fabric is going to bleed though. It's the candy cane fabric that I'm more worried about than anything. And it's going to be covered in glitter because this glitter is everywhere from this glitter fabric.
Oh well, it's what she wants.
It's what the lady wanted. It's what she's getting. What road? The everything falling apart road?
Yes, I think that's what you're talking about. Either that or the post office
Yeah, I didn't
thing,
know.
but
When I
think
started
she's-
quilting, I just had a machine. I had some old thread that it was in a box. I had probably been in there for 20 years. I don't even know because I haven't really sewn anything. I've
Yeah.
fixed kids' clothes, so I had a sewing machine, but I didn't know with quilting that, you know, certain threads would be certain things, and yeah, I didn't know. I was self-taught until I learned that videos were available, and then I was like, oh, hey, yeah, okay, now I know this. So, although the very first quilt I ever made is out of a sheet chopped up by scissor. I didn't have rotary cutters or nothing, and you know what? My son loves his quilt. It has not fallen apart. It's been washed a bazillion times.
Does our washer handle king size quilt? I don't know. Does it?
The kind of washers that are for king size quilts are either a front loader or if it's a top loader, the one that doesn't have that thing in the middle, the agitator.
Yeah.
We don't have that because we are cheap. We have a cheap washer and dryer that we bought used. But
We're not rich, let's put it that way.
yeah, we don't have enough money
We're
to
not
afford
cheap, we're
that.
not-
And we do so much laundry that it doesn't matter. We just, you know, whatever, because we have kids. We have the kind of washing machine that has it's not really big. It says Super Duty, but it's not Super Duty because if I was to wash a king size comforter, which is different than a quilt, it would probably not fit in our washing machine at all. This should fit in the washing machine, and if it doesn't, I won't fill water in it. I'll just test with the quilt first, and if it doesn't, then I'll take it up to someone that I know who has a front loader washing machine for a king size quilt to fit in. So I wouldn't say any regular Super Duty washing machines should fit king comforters as long as the agitator ain't there. I'm hoping that this, when it's finished, fits. This is getting a medium loft batting, so the lady doesn't want too thick of a batting because this is Arizona, so. A lot of the people that I have made quilts for, requested quilts, request to have thinner batting because of where we live. Nobody ever asks for wool. Wool gives an amazing, amazing quilting. Like when you look at wool quilts that are made with wool, the quilting just pops out at you. It looks so awesome and stays that way after washing it. But where we live, nobody wants wool. Even though it's a breathing material, nobody wants wool. So I either use an 80-20 or an all 100% cotton, but medium loft. I use medium loft mainly. Better results. I get low loft for baby quilts. That's about it.
You got 10 people watching you now.
Huh?
10 people watching you now.
Ooh, awesome. No, it's not bad. I like the fact that I'm thrifty. Yes, I still shop at Walmart. I buy fabric from Walmart. It's the same consistency, feel, and everything as all the other fabrics out there. I have not noticed a difference, and I've made so many with Walmart solids. Walmart solids is my main thing because I could buy a whole bolt from Walmart. It's way cheaper than buying a cone of cottons. It's cheaper by $3, and it feels the same. It washes the same. It quilts the same. It sews the same. I don't see a difference. I don't feel a difference in texture. You look through the fabric. I don't see a difference. The only one that I don't like, Walmart does sell another brand that we bought first because I didn't know. And if you hold it up to any light, you can see right through it. I don't buy that one anymore. I buy a thicker 100% cotton. So, I don't buy, what was it that I was buying? I was buying some kind of like 60-40 cotton blend. I didn't know the difference though. You know, that was in the beginning. But if someone suggests something and they want something specific, obviously I make something specific for that person. And this person, this quilt is made from mainly Joann's fabrics. There's 2 Walmart fabrics thrown in here. I can't remember which ones. I know it's the red with the white polka dots, but I don't remember. It's another Christmas one. Because Walmart's the only place that had the Christmas one that I wanted. The rest are all Joann's, not Joann's brand, but from Joann's. I actually don't like Joann's brand fabrics. I've noticed that they're very thin. But they sell everything there, so. Yeah, that's the ones I buy, the Waverly. I buy them by the bolt. Mainly white, black, gray, and red. And white, black, gray, red, and off-white. Those are the main colors that I purchase in bulk by the bolt. And for my tutorials, honestly, it's kind of a good thing because since I've been doing this, guys, I've made 16 quilt tops, tutorial tops. So it's kind of good that I buy the cheaper fabric because I would probably be broke. My husband would be screaming at me for all the things that I buy if I bought expensiver fabrics. My jelly rolls and stuff are the name brand things that I make from, but my fill-in colors, Waverly from Walmart. Let it be. I don't care. It's the same thing. Alright, I'm coming to the end, and wow, I did cut quite a bit. So I'll probably use the rest. I'll cut it in half for the other side. Okay, I'm almost to where I can finger press it back just a little. Alright, so I'm going to fold it out of the way and just finger press the area that I can see back. Can you plug the iron in for me?
Yeah.
Just follow the cord and plug it in, please. It doesn't take long. So, Mr. McSteamy is getting turned on.
Yeah, it's already getting warm.
I love it. My daughter definitely got me the right iron. I love irons that could be named. And Mr. McSteamy, whoo-wee, he's hot.
You're a goofball.
I'm going to take Squeak apart Squeak's going to get a good look at and cleaning just to see why Squeak does not work. But Mr. Mistimi, he's making up for Squeak right now. Come to the end, back stitch, cut it. Lay it here. I'm going to have to stand up anyway. I won't be able to see comments. The husband can while I'm up and pressing.
Well, they're saying, as the Quilting Marine says, it's only fabrics and it's only thread.
Yep. And he's just like me. He buys cheap too. Not everything comes from expensive fabric quilt shops. And I mean, it's great to support local quilt stores and stuff, you know, and mom and pop places kind of thing, but sometimes if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. So look at how much I have left. I have all this left, so I did cut more than I needed. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this up, chop the whole thing in half, just straight in half, and use it as the final border for the back side. So I always utilize the rest of the rest of, oh my goodness, the rest of my fabric. Can't get it out of my head when I'm trying to do something. So I'm going to press this real quick, and you guys can follow me to the ironing board. That means husband will turn the camera.
I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it.
And I need to add some water to that thing.
You got a zillion bottles there.
Mm.
Okay, should I turn that? You have a huge glare because of that light.
What light?
That one right behind your head. Whoops. Let's try that one now. How does that look?
I have no idea. I can't see.
That's much better.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is the last side that I just pressed is the side that I'm going to start, or just sewn on is the side I'm going to start pressing. And everybody that knows I hate regular ironing boards. I'm going to suggest something, and I'm going to be soon, as soon as my husband and I get things situated, we are going to make a tutorial on turning one of these, you know, ironing boards with this round end with some scrap wood and some scrap fabric and batting into a large square or long rectangled ironing board, because this just don't cut it. It stretches quilts out, and I absolutely hate it. So for those of you who make huge quilts, I 100% say a square surface is the best. This oval end right here, it literally yanks the quilt over it, especially since it's heavy, and it stretches those fibers. And once it gets to a quilt frame or free motioning, you have stretched out fabric. So that's another reason why fabric gets stretched out, is because of those things. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a start.
Yeah, Teresa had her husband made her a big square one.
Yeah, that's
she
what
also
we're gonna
checked
do.
out her shark iron and she burned it up.
So I'm going to add me some Mr. McSteamy to this.
Yep, I'm going to cut the wood tomorrow, hopefully, for it.
And then I'm just going to pull more up here. And it's so long that's probably going to take 3 goes. And I'm just going to use my finger to press the seam back the whole way down. And I've already got stretching going on at that end. Try to lay it back all the way. And then I just get those seams that didn't get pressed. I get all those while I'm at it.
Well, I try to be, Linda.
What'd she say?
She said I'm a good guy.
Yes. Scott is definitely a great husband. So if you guys need a rental husband, he's out for rent. He's $1,000 an hour.
I don't think I'm worth that much.
You are to me.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. This
You get somebody to pay me $1,000 an hour, I don't know. I might have to start running off.
You hear that, ladies?
$1,000 an hour. Goodness.
I can't say just ladies, because I have noticed that one of my subscribers that popped on was a guy.
That's fine. The Quilting Marine's a guy.
Yeah, so yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Watching my videos. That's why I say y'all or hey guys, because, you know, it's an everybody term.
Diane is on. She says hi.
Hi, Diane. So I'm just making sure my seam is folded back, which it pretty much is as I pull it up. So as soon as I get this pressed, we'll turn the lights on and I'll hold the whole thing up so you guys can see, and then I'll hold up the other one, the backing for it, so you can see where I'm at on that. Since you guys watched me make those pieces in a video. It's a lot of steam. I'm dragging this on the floor more than I wanted to.
Yeah, but we got the rubber mat on the floor over there, don't we?
Nope, not right here. The rubber mat's right there now.
Oh.
And see, the seam that I did not press just gets pressed right when it gets here.
Diane
nice
says
and flat.
Mr. McSteamy's hard at work.
Oh, yes. These are really getting hot for me. Well, let me tell you.
Linda
And you know
says,
what? I actually like this one. Has a rubber grip on the bottom. So look, it's literally like it's got a rubber grip. It ain't going nowhere. So for those of you who are interested in if you say your kids are around the space or things get knocked down a lot, this has a rubber base on the bottom for those of you who want to know. And it's the Black & Decker, what was it again? Black & Decker Express Steam.
using filter if you have a good husband, it's true.
Ugh.
This doesn't always, I still can't bring the comments back up to read them. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
And did I press that back? Am I on side 4?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Finally.
Well, anyway, Linda said she has a good man too, that he let her take over the dining room. I believe
that's
that's what
good.
she said. Yep, took over the dining room for her quilting.
Well, I'm going only because of my husband and my sleeping situation. I told you guys it's not a bad thing that we sleep separately. It's just because of MS. And those of you with chronic problems probably know, and your spouses probably understand.
We nap together.
We nap together and stuff, and we lay down and watch TV together in bed, but we just don't sleep in bed because I wiggle, squirm, and I also snore. I am a snorer, and it's not my fault. I just snore. He finds he gets more rest when he sleeps separate. So, but yeah.
Plus, you have an insomnia. You sleep when I wake up, so it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter either way.
Yep. So, I can't take over living rooms and stuff because obviously daycare kids for one, and for two, that's his bedroom. That's his sleeping zone. So, I am taking over a bedroom since now 3 of 4 kids have moved out. So, all right, we're gonna turn this. I'm gonna have my husband turn the light back on,
Hello.
and we're gonna hold this up so you
Where
guys
are
can
you?
see. All right. Can you see back there? Okay.
Where are we
We're
going?
gonna be right here. We'll just hold it right here. So just turn
Okay.
the light back on. And
Well, no, because the light's still in the camera. You won't be able to. It's going to make the big glare again. If you keep it with the light bulb in the...
okay, keep that just like that. Don't move. Don't move.
Okay.
Get over here. Ouch. There we
That's better. There's no glare.
go. Okay. come
See
on.
that one? Because that light bulb right there, honey, that was in the camera, and that glared, being in the camera. It made a big glare.
Grab that side. All right. So this is my customer's finished quilt
This
top.
bottom. Okay.
No. that's
No, it's
top.
not. No, sorry. I was looking at it wrong. Sorry.
Walk that way.
I'm going.
So now you guys can see this thing is quite enormous, and I can't even tippy toe it up high enough. So this is my customer's finished quilt top. That's as high as we can get it. We are both short.
Yes.
I'm gonna pick this up,
We are. Do you need help putting it on there?
and I'm gonna show you guys. This is the quilt back so far. That's the top right there. This is also directional as well. I made them directional so that way it flips. So this is so far on the back. This is those pieces that I made the other day. So this whole section centers with the star on the front. So I'll mark everything when I go to quilt it. It'll get marked and laid and basted exactly on top of each other. So, but that's that. That's what I did with those pieces. Oh, it's just it's sewn down after a fold.
Oh, that'll be fine though, right?
Yeah, it gets flopped. Sometimes the seams flip.
Okay, that's fine. I just, as long as you know.
Okay, guys. So yeah.
You've been on for an hour, honey.
Okay, yeah. So that back piece that I just showed you guys will get bordered with a white first, just
Susan
plain.
says make me one.
It'll be a plain white as my next border for that one.
Diane
and then
doesn't
this
know
is
what's
going to be
prettier,
like
the front or the back. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up.
Oh.
Diane doesn't know what's prettier, the front or the back. Your customer is making out like a fat rat, 2 quilts in one. One of them said.
Yep.
I can't.
See, I made the back the way I did with that big open piece because what I quilt on that top half is going to be on that bottom half. So if I highlight that star with some awesome quilting, the back side in the print that's back there, this is going to have awesome quilting to show a star. It will quilt into a star. So that's that. So the next border is white, and I'm only just going to do 2.5 inch border all the way around just to kind of close off. You guys know how I think when it comes to that. Pieced blocks need to be closed off. The first border should be a closing border, which brings your focus to the center, to the pieced area. And then this will go, I don't know how much I have to do the measurements, but it's probably going to be like 7 inches all the way around, maybe 8. It might be 8 inches. I don't know what my number is yet, and then the rest of this I will cut in half, so it'll be 3.5 inch, I think is what it'll be, cut in half.
What's the matter? Tell me and I'll do it. I don't know what all you're doing though.
It's 6 inches, so it's 3 inches. So cut that in half, and I have 3 more inches of border to add just in case. And whatever's on the back side is going to be with the front. It's got to equal out somehow because it will be scalloped borders. So, but yeah, that's my progress so far. And I'm sorry I haven't been on as often as I have. I would love to be out here more, you guys. I hope you understand that. It's the pain and the weather. During the daytime, it's fine, but I'm in a lot of pain, so it's hard to sit out here. My ass is hurting from sitting on this stupid stool that I'm sitting on, but once I get into the house and get things situated,
we have plenty of cushions. You can put a cushion on it.
Yeah, I should get into a good rhythm. So don't think that I'm blowing this off, because I really, really, really want to start teaching you guys more stuff and start a full-on quilt tutorial every week from beginning to end. So if it takes 5 videos every day, 1 video a day from beginning to end, that's how it's going to be done. If it only takes one
says
video,
no need to apologize. They all love you.
If it only takes 1 video, then it'll be 1 video. So, but my whole goal is to tutorial making quilt tops, and in between all that, I'm also going to have quilting as soon as I can situate what I'm doing with my quilting. So once that's figured out, then you guys will know, because you'll see a long arm quilting machine being situated and done. But I'm trying to work on something with my channel at the same time. So all right, let me unplug this so I can see. We've got Diane, Teresa, Susan, Sandy, Linda, Vicky.
You got 13 people.
Those are only the names that are commenting, so yeah, because I just scrolled up. So all of you guys, thank you for being here, and for all 13, because I think I only named like 7 just now.
Yeah.
So for all of you guys that are watching, awesome. Thank you for joining me. And again, I'm gonna get a rhythm going. I need to get over my symptoms. And those of you, some of you know what MS is like.
Someone pushed you to get out here today?
Yeah, my husband was the one pushing me. He's like, Tiffany, you need to go out there and make a video. I don't feel good. Well, let's go have a burger. Then you can go make a video. Oh, yay! So my belly's full, so I'm good for now. But so I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying?
You're gonna go make cake now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make German chocolate cake now.
If you want, you can come back on later, but we gotta get the cake made in the oven. I'll watch it in the oven.
No, I'll go. I'm gonna rest. That's right, Teresa. You got that one right. I'm gonna probably sit down and watch a movie with Scott while my cake is in the oven, which only takes like 30-something minutes, but whatever. So I thank all of you for joining. Those of you who are new, don't forget to hit right here, down there, there's a little subscribe thing. Hit that and a bell will pop up. You hit that bell and that bell lets you know when I'm on live. And don't forget to go and look at all my videos. Like them, have fun, because that's what I'm all about here, is enjoying quilting, making quilting really 100% therapy for anything going on in your life. If you need something to help you, watch my videos, try that out, and guess what? I'm telling you, it's going to help you. So, bye everyone. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.
Bye.